There is a poison in the blood of old Valyria. It is a venomous sickness where the allure of prophecy drives men mad. Rulers who believe they can see the future will march thousands to the slaughter, staking the fate of an entire continent on dreams they completely misunderstand. To see how deadly these visions can be, we must follow a towering hedge knight named Sir Duncan the Tall and his bald, foul-mouthed squire, Egg, who is secretly Prince Aegon Targaryen in disguise. The duo's travels bring them to the massive white fortress of Castle Whitewalls. Lord Ambrose Butterwell is celebrating his recent marriage by hosting a grand wedding tourney. But Egg knows his history. Looking around the camp, he identifies lords like Gorman Peake. These men are pardoned traitors who fought against the crown in the First Blackfyre Rebellion, men who have spent 15 years nursing their grudges. The tourney champion won't receive the standard purse of gold. The victor will claim a singular, impossible prize, a literal, priceless, petrified dragon's egg. Dunk knows he is surrounded by men who despise his squire's royal family, yet, driven by stubborn pride and the lure of the prize, he decides to stay and compete. By refusing to turn his horse around, Dunk walks straight into a snare. Inside the gloomy Great Hall of Whitewalls, the wedding feast feels like a war council. Nearly every guest in attendance shares a common history. They are the survivors and sons of the failed Blackfyre army, gathered here to see if the Black Dragon has finally returned. Amidst the conspirators is a devastatingly handsome knight known as John the Fiddler. Despite his high status, the fiddler seeks out the lowly Dunk Dunchensame with an unnatural, overwhelming courtesy. Following the bedding ceremony, the fiddler corners Dunk on a moonlit balcony and makes a startling confession. He claims to be cursed with prophetic dreams and insists that every single one of his visions becomes reality. The charismatic knight reveals the first half of his latest vision. He dreamt of Dunk long before they ever met, standing tall in the pure white armor of the elite Kingsguard. Then he leans in to share the treasonous second half. The fiddler foresaw a living, breathing dragon hatching from its petrified stone egg, directly inside the walls of Castle Whitewalls. To Daemon, the logic is a straight line. The egg is the catalyst, the hatching dragon is the weapon, and the crown is the inevitable result. This shifts the focus of the rebellion away from the reality of the battlefield. Daemon isn't looking at troop movements or supply lines. He is waiting for a miracle to do the work of an army. The king's ruthlessly effective spy master, Lord Bloodraven, already has eyes inside the castle. Through a covert agent named Sir Maynard Plum, the wandering fiddler is unmasked. He is Daemon of House Blackfyre, the second of his name. Daemon crossed the narrow sea in disguise to claim the Iron Throne. However, he lacks the terrifying warrior prowess of his famous father, compensating instead with charm and misplaced confidence. A deeply personal, repressed secret drives Daemon's specific actions at Whitewalls. He harbors a strong romantic and physical attraction to the giant hedge knight. Daemon actively weaponizes these supposed prophetic visions. He intentionally dangles the promise of a Kingsguard cloak to woo the naive Dunk over to his side. But Daemon travels with Sir Aelin Cockshaw, a snide knight nursing a desperate, hidden romantic obsession with the Black Dragon. Daemon's focus on Dunk leaves Cockshaw, the man who actually crossed the sea to fight for him, feeling like a ghost in his own rebellion. Jealousy begins to turn the Black Dragon's most loyal follower into a violent liability. The fragile Delusion shatters overnight. The velvet cushion sits empty. The priceless dragon egg is stolen in the dead of night. Far worse, Prince Aegon has completely vanished. The true royal heir is missing within the dark corridors of a castle overflowing with men sworn to murder his bloodline. As Dunk frantically searches for his squire, he learns an unknown traitor has paid a fortune to a Tourney grifter. The hitman's contract is to legally murder Dunk during the joust. Meanwhile, Sir Alan Cockshaw enacts a secondary assassination plot. Consumed by jealous rage, he lures Dunk to an isolated courtyard well to murder his rival. The intoxicating allure of prophecy blinds men to the daggers waiting in the dark. By trusting a vision of a dragon waking from stone, a phantom king has transformed a beautiful dream into a literal death trap.